Holy Christmas, we're alive. It's not a Christmas party, as
No,
it's saying in there.
It's definitely not a party.
No.
Pre-Christmas party.
We might have cheese, but it's not a Christmas party.
Hello,
everyone.
It's pre-gaming.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
Podcast. Welcome to the Chain Dogs Podcast, where we talk about everything roller coasters, theme parks, that sort of stuff. Thank you for joining us. If you are listening to this on the podcast after the live stream, we do stream live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We've moved back to 8 p.m. our original time now. And if you want to come and watch that, come and check us out. Just search the Chain Dogs Podcast on YouTube and join us. Get in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining. So, first of all, how is everyone doing? We all good?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, it's been a bit of a chaotic day, right? It's been chaos.
What a day today.
Yeah,
it's been fucking least. My God.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been mad. But I hope everyone's okay. Hope everyone's mental health is still hanging in there, and hope we can provide you some entertainment today. And just a quick one. Someone mentioned on our Twitter page today that not all of our podcasts have been uploaded to Spotify. We are working on that as soon as possible, and they will get thrown up on there.
There's only one. And
I was about to say, I think it was just the latest one.
Fair enough. It's my fault, but I need to get on that. See, but that will definitely be up there. To be fair, I'll put it up tonight with this one as well. So
yeah, man,
we'll be up there, guys. Awesome. And I'll edit this bit out of the podcast, so no one will ever know.
We'll edit it out.
What episode? It's already there. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Great stuff. So, I think first of all, obviously, I wasn't here last week, so lots of stuff coming out of Thorpe Park. Well, rumored about Thorpe Park, their new coaster. Potentially, I mean, it is a coaster. We know that much. We know it's a coaster. What is everyone's thoughts? Has anyone's thoughts changed from last week? What are we thinking?
I don't know what's changed in terms of the rumors flying around. Apparently, there's new rumors going on. I know what I want. But I mean, what do you
want? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want.
really want.
You really want the Kyle? What do we
there
want?
Go. I'd go for just a hyper from either B&M, Mark, or Intamin. But depending on what part of the like area, I suppose, available they're planning on using. If they're going to keep it compact, then there's different directions that they could go in. But if they're planning on using like the strip that goes behind like Nemesis Inferno from like Logger's area all the way up to like behind Nemesis Inferno and stuff, then I think a hyper of some kind would be perfect. Would be perfect for that area. But yeah, like a B&M, Mark, or Intamin, or even like if they were to go off the wall and go with like a Gerstlauer style hyper, but with like 8 cars, and like it's sort of off Gerstlauer's beaten track to go with a more conventional style of hypercoaster. But if they were to do something like that, but get a bit creative with its elements, that would be interesting to see as well, I think.
Yeah, I've thought about that in the past. I think what I would like to see is a hyper Intamin that breaks Big One's record. So it's the tallest coaster in the UK, and it has multi-launches as well. That's what I would really like. What we're going to get is probably something completely different. What I would say to everyone, lower your expectations, and if we get something on the 10th that absolutely blows us away, then, as enthusiasts, we've done a good job. So let's just keep it. Let's just keep everyone's expectations down. And then let's see what comes of it, because we'll have a lot to talk about from the 10th. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like I know what I want, but that doesn't reflect what I'm expecting. Honestly, I don't really know what I'm expecting. To be honest. But
it could be absolutely anything, isn't it?
In my mind, there still hasn't been much to signal Thorpe going in any particular direction in terms of what it could be. So, like, I have no idea.
The only thing to me, Mikhail, is the amount of trees that they've shifted. They have shifted quite a lot of trees. So It kind of says to me they're planning a new area as well as an attraction, so it's probably going to be like, it's not just going to be drop a coaster in like Inferno, for example. It's going to probably be, you're going to go into this new area, and so that brings, for us, it brings everything into play. You could have anything whatsoever. It could be a wooden coaster, could be a steel coaster, could be a flying coaster, could be something like Taron. You know, it could be anything, because if it's a whole new area, it opens the door and it opens the gates for any sort of suggestion, which I think is why we're all a bit like, oh, what could it be? But then when you think about the space they've got to build height-wise, where a lot of people are saying that there isn't any restrictions where it's supposedly supposed to be. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't work at Thorpe and I don't work for the planning commission, so I ain't got a fucking clue. But if I did, I would probably say, you know, if there isn't any, then B&M Hyper kind of, for some reason. But why would you want a Hyper when you've got no restrictions, when you could build a Giga?
I mean, think
everyone seems to be really happy with Hyper. It's like, if the reason is they have no restrictions, build a Giga.
For me, like I guess it depends on the space that they have to use, because I feel like there is like a difference in, like, they both take up a lot of land, they both take up a lot of space, but
huge.
a giga tends to, obviously, just by nature of all of its elements being more drawn out, not just a lift hill and drop, like it takes up a fair bit more space than a Hyper does. But then also, just whether they go for a Hyper, whether they go for the 200 plus or the 300 plus, I think just to have it like primarily characterized by airtime is what Thorpe needs to go with, because they don't have a coaster in their lineup that is primarily airtime based. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
So,
well, I mean, stealth to an extent, it's just launch airtime back down. That's it. But there's no like, it's not marketed like that. Whereas a B&M Hyper, you can market it like that.
Yeah.
But B&M Hypers are stretched out as well. I mean, look at Shambhala. It's massive.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you like? How big is Hyperion in length compared to like Shambhala, for example? Is it kind of the same? Like,
I don't know. That's going to take an RCBB search.
Googling on it.
Where's James?
Yeah, just interested to that, because everyone's like Intamin Hyper. It's like, well, if you don't have a space for an Intamin, then you don't have a space for Hyper. So is it just going to be
they've got space? They've got flipping space, man. It's a big area. That, I mean,
it's a big stretch.
It's big. It's big.
B&M tracks big.
I mean, honestly, I'd be happy with anything as long as it's ridiculously well themed. Like you say, if it's a whole area,
sure,
it could be anything. It'd be nice to have an RMC.
It's going to be a wild mouse.
I think I would like I think taller the better. Like, it's, let's be honest, sure. I've said this before. Thorpe are the only park in the country that could possibly get away with this. Maybe Pleasure Beach, but they're lacking in space, so probably not. But the height of it, I think if they could get away with it if they wanted to. But if they don't, then maybe they're thinking, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think, like Aaron said, like, I would be pretty much happy with anything at this point, as long as it wasn't like, you know, the Intamin the Flamingo coaster getting relocated already.
Do you
Luca, I really hope it's not a family model. Luca's put in the chat RMC 2023 for family model. Like, if it's a freaking family model after all this time, like, yeah, we get an RMC, but oh my god,
that would be hilarious.
I mean, they could. I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing. Like, people haven't considered that this might just be a new kids area, that they might be branching out, being like, okay, look at how well Towers is doing, Chessington is doing, Legoland is doing with the family.
Not the clientele, mate.
But they might be trying to change that, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, they might be trying to.
Thorpe did say in a tweet that their plans did include like, to use their words, world-class roller coaster.
Yeah,
they did say that on Twitter.
But
So
I
I
mean,
think that's world class as being a
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
but people like
RMC guys, that's what's
I
coming.
feel like world class is a heavily subjective term, just
it really is
in itself.
It's,
But I mean,
it's like
that
13.
says that's
it's
that
like
at the
13
very
being.
Sorry, all right,
It's like 30. It's like 13 being labelled as the scariest ride ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you gotta take these marketing statements.
Do we have to sign a
pinch of
waiver
salt.
for this one?
I hope so. I hope the
as long as
person's
they
on board with
include the
marketing.
waiver in the queue line, then that's all good with me.
I don't know if Luke is joking, but I'd say Wicker Man is world class based on the theming and the experience. I would say that is. A lot of people talk about it.
Sits
around
proud
the world.
in the secret weapon lineup at Towers for me. It's good.
Most people know, like most enthusiasts know around the world, like know about Wicker Man because it just looked like striking when it come out, you know. So
the marketing from Smiler onwards at Towers was spectacular for any rides, even with Retro Squad. Like they nailed that, and that got a lot of love as well this last season. So, well, this season I should say, it's still not over, but Wicker Man's marketing was fantastic. The way they used like outsourced artists and stuff, and it's just that logo is known. The Smiler's logo is known as well. There's not really many at Thorpe that you could say do the same thing as Wicker Man in such an way.
No, I agree.
That's probably what they're going to go for, though. With this new ride, is they're probably going to try and get that package, which gets some of the merch, gets some the marketing, which gets people in that. For example, if it is a GCI, people that like Wicker Man, and
it's world class themed.
Like exactly. They're going to do something that's. It's going to be a big thing. I've got a feeling it's going to be a very big thing. But like I said, my expectations are low. But if it turns out to be a new area with,
at the very least,
new flats as well,
like
you never know.
at the very from the term world class, like obviously that's been stretched, you know, in every direction before by Merlin, but at the very least, that tells me that it will be something of quality, whether it's quality ride hardware itself or, you know, quality theming along the levels of a Smiler and Wicker Man, etc., etc. It'll be something that most people will be able to appreciate.
I'm honestly hoping it's hinting at that we haven't got this in the UK. It's something we haven't got here, you know.
Yeah, I agree, Aaron. What don't we have? We don't have
RMC.
any.
We don't have a hype. We don't have a
Hyper, Giga, yeah.
Well, we don't have B&M Hyper, but we've got Hyper coasters. But we haven't got a typical Hyper. I don't know what you're saying. I wonder if it's going to be a massive wooden coaster. That'd be so cool.
It'd be so good if we had like a Troy, like level of Troy, like that would make me so flipping happy.
That would
I would
be so happy.
Probably more. I mean, this is controversial, but probably more so that even than an RMC. Like I would just love a full-on GCI. I love GCIs. They're probably my favorite coasters. I've got to say.
Like, I do like Wicker Man. I enjoy Wicker Man, but there are much better GCIs out there. That's the reality of it.
But for Towers, I think the intensity of Wicker Man is bang on for what they were going for.
I get the its purpose within Towers' lineup. But I'm just saying, like, if Thorpe were to get something along the lines of a Troy, a Thunderhead, a Gold Striker, something like that, I'd be very happy. I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah, I tweet, like I keep saying, like I run it from my head, and something Joe said in the chat, Joe as in my wife. She said it's so weird still saying that, man. Like but
Joe, my wife.
I don't know who's that.
My wife. She said Gravity Group hybrid, and I've always said like I think we'll get a Gravity Group hybrid before we'll get a GCI, not GCI, before getting RMC. And I might be proven wrong on Friday, but I genuinely think that will happen, and I think that would be so good after doing after doing Mind Blower, like honestly, that is so good. And I would. Yeah, it is, bro. Like, I don't get what you're saying. Like, that face is wrong. Like, everyone I've met who's done that.
I'm really hyped to go on that coaster. You know, it looks incredibly intense.
I know what's happening. Mikhail's gone on this trip with a bunch of coaster snobs, and they've gone.
And they've all turned up with loads of beer in the back of a trailer. We know what happened down at Fun Spot, Mikhail.
It's just done silky smooth Velocicoaster and then gone on like Mind Blower and been like, ooh.
I like how I haven't said a word yet. And
you're how about your face, bro?
Mikhail, whatever happened
there
in
is no way.
Says it all.
There is no way in this world that coaster anyone can find that bad. It's fucking so good. Unless in the last year, it's just been, I don't know, something's fucking gone wrong with it.
Right.
Like.
What I can say is that apparently there's been people saying that there's apparently a good train and a bad train with Mind Blower, and
okay.
When in the rare instance that they run two trains, it's kind of like potluck, the kind of experience you get on it, because some of the group that I was with rode it on. Rode it during the Velocity weekend and said it was awesome, but some others said it was horrid in the same weekend. So like,
that must be a bad train then, because
yeah,
like I did that and man, I've never wanted to re-ride a coaster so much. Like honestly, like
so
even when I did Taron, like I'd probably do
because
Taron
it was the only one that
go away. Probably, but no, it was a night ride on Mind Blower. Like, oh my god, we went back like 3 times. Like,
so like I rode it later on in the trip. Like, I didn't ride it the weekend on the Velocity weekend. I rode it later on in the trip, and they were only running one train, and like the train just didn't track that well. Like, I could see like the moments where it was enjoyable, like the roll was fun, it was a lot of hang time in the roll, and like you could feel where like significant airtime was, or like the remnants of it thanks to the train. But just like the train needed work. So I think I got the bad train. I do want to try it again and see if I could get there on a day where they're doing 2 trains, and see if I could maybe get on this, apparent better train and see how it feels there. But yeah, like, I don't think it was terrible by any means, but like it wasn't that great when I rode it.
It was fucking sick, man. Did you ride it with Alison?
No, but she was that. Like, I did meet up with Alison later on in that day, but I rode it before she got there, and
okay.
Yeah. Like, she said the exact same thing once I met up with her as well.
No, I've never heard bad things about it, so I'm quite surprised. But maybe I've just not been looking out enough.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a full-on documentary.
But
right?
It's an interesting ride. Nonetheless, it's a very interesting ride, and I think even if you're not a fan of it, you can't deny like there's a future in Gravity Group doing more than.
Oh yeah, definitely. What I will say is it shored up my opinions on the Timberliner trains. I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with those restraints like at all. Like I didn't. Yeah. Like I don't have a problem with Timberliners. Some people really don't like them. I personally think they're fine.
Fly, man. Like even the family versions of them trains, like the layouts that they do with the family versions of them coasters with them trains on, they fly. Like they fly. They look insanely quick.
They look very. I remember when I got on that, and I'd never seen the Timberliner trains before, and it just reminded me of G-Force. They're very X-car like.
That's what I said. I said G-Force vibes. Yeah. I didn't know if you heard me say that or not.
But they
can articulate so tightly. Like if you're in Mind Blower Station, you see the turn that goes out of the station. It's so tight. It doesn't look like any kind of coaster train should be able to take a turn that tight, but these can. It's quite funny.
That was probably the brief, when they designed them.
Oh yeah,
to take tighter turns on a wooden coaster. That's it.
Oh, we need to. Can we watch that? Can we watch the original X car? What is it?
Throw it on.
Do you remember seeing this? Do you remember? Oh, I can't even remember where it was now. X car.
Just put up the old original G-Force advert, Drayton Manor.
No, there was this mad there's this mad advert for it. I'll look for it, but it's so funny. It's like an acrobat, like going around it.
Wait, what?
I'll look for it. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, but anyway,
get acrobats in your videos.
X-Cars X-Car coasters are so weird.
They are very weird.
They kind of have a similar restraint system in the sense that like it comes over you from one side, but on the X-Car trains, like on the X-Car trains, it feels so much weirder than on Timberliners for some reason. Like I didn't have a problem with it on the Timberliners, but on the X-Cars, speaking from reminding myself of what Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket's like that, it felt much more. Maybe unnatural is the word I'm looking for on X-Cars than Timberliners.
Yeah.
Where is it? We need to see the crazy bit. This bit here. So for those who listen to the podcast, there's an acrobat going like basically dancing around the seat, right? It's a
ghost acrobat.
Yeah. To demonstrate.
Why the fuck have I never seen this before?
Because it's shit. That's why.
And then she gets in the seat, and then it comes.
And then pretends to be dead.
And then she's like, "Oh my god, I can't get out."
And this is supposed to be selling the X-Car train.
Safety is prime here at Marisol.
Can you guys imagine the brief for this advert?
I love how she gives up and just says, "Oh fuck this! I'll just go on."
I like how it's like they're advertising torture seats. Like
it looks like something you'd see on The Office if you got stuck on like a coaster, like and you could get.
It's like Saws. It's like a Saw movie, isn't it? Really, like I can't get out.
Yeah, it is.
Could someone really northern put an overdub on that? It'd be great.
That's incredible.
Yeah, fucking hell, can't get out. Jesus, let me out, bastard! I'm stuck.
Emma, Carl, have at it. Go wild.
Exactly. But
well, that was interesting.
Going back to Thorpe anyway. I think, like I say, I'll be happy with a lot of things. Anything really. If we like people were saying in the chat, if we could have a Taron, that would be sick. That would be well good, wouldn't it, man?
I'd be happy.
Yeah. As long as we don't get a clone.
That would feel like
why not?
Like I wouldn't say no to it, but how obsolete would that make the rest of the park feel if they turned Old Town into this just densely packed in, densely themed area like a Klugheim or a Rutbrook, and then stuck like a multi-launch style coaster in there, whether whoever it'd be from.
I don't think
how much would it stick out compared to the rest of the park?
Just the same, though. You've got Inferno as well.
I don't think we'll ever get the theming of Phantasialand at Thorpe because for that reason, because it would make the rest of the park just feel bad. But if
you're just putting a tail on its theme to something that's already destroyed.
Well, this is why I think some kind of even a wooden or a hybrid is probably the best bet. What I would put my money on, even though I want a hyper Oblivion Inferno. No, but I would put my money on a wooden or hybrid just because it'd be easy for them to theme. Like it's a kind of an easy way to theme because that area's already got that styling. They could just build more like wooden shacks, and I think from a Merlin point of view, from a Merlin point of view,
like that.
They'll look at Wicker Man. Wicker Man still looks great, even though there's apart from Big Bob, there's not much theming around it, but it just works because there's trees about. There's the natural
Looks like
just
it's been
like
there
everything.
for a long time.
Yeah, and it's easy to maintain, and I can see it from like a business point of view. Like, let's just stick a wooden type of structure in there, as long as they don't try and build like a Big Bob style. Structure.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't need.
Oh no, I just don't because that is just lazy. Then
thing is that Chessington's,
because that's just
B&M
falling off of,
is rumored to have some sort of structure. They did Colossus, they did Wicker Man. These are all Merlin.
Yeah.
They've seen that they work with what they've done.
So it could be.
It could go through something at some point.
It would give them something so easy to market.
But at least Chessington, it's going to be. We know it's going to be a steel coaster, so at least that's different in that sense. But if they then try to do a wooden coaster and put like a wooden structure like Wicker Man, it would just be. It would just. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be angry about it, but it would show a bit of like let's have a little bit more creativity than just doing like a copy paste.
No, I agree.
But
so Emma put in the chat, would Merlin maybe not have got a deal when they bought the Chessington coaster, so it'd be the same manufacturer? So what I've been told about any like rumored deal is that the Chessington coaster will have been included in a deal which included 2 other coasters at Legoland parks in China.
Yeah.
So that was the deal for that. If that deal existed, that was the deal. It was to include a family invert and I think another wing coaster.
This deal's getting worse all the time. Sorry.
I think it was either a family invert and another wing coaster, or 2 family inverts at Legoland parks in China. If this coaster ends up being B&M, I think it might have been included. I think it might be included in another deal, maybe.
Every time
it makes sense. It makes
So you're
sense,
saying Secret Weapon 9 is going to be a B&M as well?
Probably.
Why do we think there's always multi-coaster deals when there's like a rumor?
Because we don't believe in anything that doesn't make sense with B&M.
What, Merlin are the second biggest like theme park company, right? Like, well, parks, whatever you want to call it, hospitality, entertainment company after Disney. So that's what Disney and Universal do all the time. They make a deal like they did with Intamin. So they get Hagrid's, they get Velocicoaster. It's just, it makes it cheaper. So it's like, why wouldn't you do that? Really, it's like you buy in bulk. Like going to Costco.
Literally, it's Costco.
That's the first thing that came into my mind. Go to Costco, get a pack of.
There's a B&M card that you have to buy one.
Yeah,
to have a B&M card. You get to check out on the website ordering a model.
It makes sense for the manufacturers to do that as well, because it's, you buy one, you get one free.
I said you buy one,
you get one.
You get your front doors, you get your back windows free.
And Thorpe's getting the free one.
I can imagine that.
Thorpe's getting the free one. Aaron is spot on. Yeah. You buy 2, you get 1 cheap.
Incoming Octonauts point 2.
2 for 1 boots offer. We're talking about Christmas.
Yeah. You buy these 2, you get a Rita clone free. That's what it is.
I'd love to see.
Imagine Parks. Can you imagine Parks getting their rides on Nectar points and shit?
Oh, mate, it must happen.
Tesco club card.
That'll be ace. That would.
No, they've probably got
15 million with a club card.
They've probably got loyalty cards for wheels, haven't they? As well. Like, okay, if you buy this many wheels,
trains and seatbelts.
So Trackless Podcast is saying, I suppose they want something that is easy to retheme to should they want to change the area again in 15 to 20 years time. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Jamie says they prefer a big focal feature rather than a more broad theme nowadays. It seems Marmalizer. Yeah, I always forget.
I read that as Jamie prefers a big focal feature. But yeah, fair.
Sobek as well.
So, yeah.
Colossus. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah. So Matt is saying, I want to see something and theming which is very different to any other Merlin park. Isaac is saying, can I buy one and get one free?
Can I get
You can ask.
B&M don't do deals, I've heard. I think we saw that they did.
They do fucking giant ass brake runs though, and I don't want one on with this coaster if it's a B&M. I don't want a massive brake.
Wasn't there like a pretty like
such a random thing to what? Go on, Sean. Sorry.
I was going to say that B&M. Matt saying that B&M don't do deals. I've heard. I can see that in a way because B&M are B&M, and they can just roll by themselves. You know, they can just say things like that. But also, I'm sure we covered it on this podcast where we saw like a pretty big article about I can't remember what park it was now, but it was somewhere in I think it was
Monster or something. Like
no, it was
something related to. There was
it was a Merlin park. It's a Merlin park. It's a Legoland park, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was the invert. It was the invert.
Yeah.
What the family invert at the Chinese Legoland park?
Yeah, that's it. Chinese Legoland. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it said in there like they've signed a multi-park deal, and I think B&M probably have a reputation.
I feel like I remember what you're referencing.
Yeah. But I feel like B&M
that one.
Yeah, I think B&M probably have a reputation for not doing that in the past, but I think there's so much competition. Like B&M are good, but the Intamin are vastly coming up, man. Like they are the B&M of today at the minute. And
let's be honest. Like in terms of these levels of coasters, these high quality levels of coasters, the area that B&M operates in,
world class.
Like Intamin, RMC, and Muck are the hot topic right now. B&M aren't the hot topic. They've still B&M are the gold. In my opinion, B&M are still the gold standard in terms of precision engineering.
Yeah,
but in terms of the quality, the world renowned quality
experience
of the ride experience that their rides can put out, most people are like they've gone from being the most talked about in that sense to the general public pleasers now.
Yeah.
And like they've still got to compete in that area of the hottest topic when it comes to creating high quality renowned coasters.
Let's not forget from a park's point of view. I know this is not the reality, but I'm thinking because there's been a lot of B&Ms that have been retracked recently or talked about getting retracked recently. At the minute, it seems to all be happening in one go. So yes, B&M are the kings of that in terms of like getting rides that will last, that will run well, that are reliable. But then like subconsciously that must make parks think all these B&Ms getting retracked. Like that must especially if you've got like park owners or park directors who are not even into coasters and stuff that much. They're like, well, they're all getting retracked. Like they must be broken and things. Like there must be that in their thinking. Do you know what I mean?
Well, in terms of the coasters that are being rumored to maybe get retracked in the future, it's all the old ones, isn't it? Like it's the
old ones, but because they all got made like 20 odd years ago, it's all happening in one go. So I don't know if it just. I mean, subconsciously you're thinking, even though they've lasted 20 years, which is amazing.
But if you compare that to, say, Arrow's coasters, reaching the end of their service life, parks aren't talking about like there aren't murmurings or conversations of Arrow coasters being retracked to extend their service life because they're not as heralded as 90s B&Ms are.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are being talked about being retracked, they all have such a amazing history of just
nemesis for
performance and ride experience. We're talking about some of the best coasters of the 90s.
Yeah,
parks are wanting to keep them around because for whatever reason they may think that whatever they could afford to replace it with might not be able to fill the shoes of those
I mean,
coasters.
Like Lucas said, that majority are 365 parks. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I know for a fact that these like B&Ms last a long time. But I'm just thinking, in the zeitgeist of,
I know what
right
you're saying.
now,
Someone who doesn't know.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? You're hearing, you're like someone who doesn't know
I do get what you mean.
That's going around, and it's like all these things are getting retracted, or there's things like that. You know, it's not. It shouldn't be a bad thing. It should be a good thing that they're getting retracted, because it means that they bring people to the park. They're the ones that are the most lauded. But like I say, from a new, you know, what these big
Nemesis has seen healthy lines this year.
Yeah, man, like really good lines.
Yeah,
but I'm
felt healthy as well. We'll say that Nemesis has ran amazingly this year. So good, so quick this year.
I'm just thinking of, like, you know, the big directors who have come from probably like not even a theme park background. They come from all different
don't want to buy that and then 20 years after retrack it because it doesn't last.
They're like that. You could imagine him just in a room being like, well, why would you want to do that when that's broken? And people trying to explain to him, and then they're just like,
yeah.
No. I've heard that Intamin are doing this deal. I've heard that, like, you know what I mean? And that's just the way business goes. I get what you mean. That's just the way business goes.
That's what's ruining the industry. And then kind of conversations are fucking them up. How many people in this room don't have Nemesis as their favorite coaster at Alton Towers? Put your hand up.
Wait, what?
So in this call, out of 4 of us, put your hand up if Nemesis isn't your favorite coaster at Towers. Point proven. That's why it might be retracked. That's why B&Ms need to be retracked. The ones that people are rumoring about it, because they are, you know, Towers built towers around Nemesis. Started with Corkscrew, and then Nemesis took over. That was the world-class ride.
It's got like a cult following now, hasn't it?
It's just a great ride. You can't replace Nemesis. You just can't.
Yeah,
but it has got that kind of following.
Yeah, we get that. But to Sean's point, you know, in those boardroom meetings filled with executives who aren't theme park minded like us.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Trackless is saying
they're not going to see the value in that as much as, you know, the value in being able to market something brand new, which I agree with you, Luke. I definitely would opt with, you know, extending the shelf life of Nemesis over it being replaced. Of course I would. But that's
Trackless. Trackless has said at the end of the day, coasters are being retracked around 20 years. Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, guys. I'm not saying that coaster doing 20 years and being like ran again and again and again is a bad thing. I'm just saying, from the minds of someone who isn't a coaster enthusiast, doesn't know about coasters, they might look at that, especially in the last couple of years where it's becoming more prevalent, and go and think B&M aren't the you know, engineering geniuses that they are. Like, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing that they're getting replaced. It's a good thing to last that long, especially like Hawk. I mean, like Lucas said, it's been, you know, all year round. And it only got retracted not that long ago. That's a good thing, but that's us knowing about coasters, you know. So
you'd think they'd have some sort of inkling though, running a theme park business.
Nah, look, they might, the theme park as a business. A theme park as a business. They are there to run a business. Like, they're not there to know about coasters and rides and the ins and outs. Like, you think like the head, like, you think that all the board of directors, they're employed to run a business, not to, they see numbers on paper. Come on, guys.
The most blinding example of what Sean's explaining is SeaWorld Entertainment right now. The way they're running those parks, the absurd cost cutting measures that they're putting in, to the point where they're limiting the amount of staff they hire to limit the amount of labor costs they have to pay. SeaWorld Entertainment is the pinnacle of a non-theme park minded board making business decisions, making profit prioritize decisions on the theme park on not only the guest experience at theme parks, but also the employee experience at theme parks. And yeah, like what Sean is saying is absolutely right. It's not okay, but it's the reality.
Yeah. And this is the problem.
It's the reality of the situation, especially when it comes to parks that are parented by massive corporations.
To find, but it'd be so hard to, but it'd also be so hard to find someone who, like, it's got like an engineering kind of mindset, knows about, it's like a coaster enthusiast, but also knows how to run like a Disney parks, for example.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like that would, it'd be so hard to find someone like that. So there needs to
they are so few and far between. It's not even funny.
But you would have to find someone. You'd have to find someone who is business minded to run it, but then will listen to the people who he will delegate tasks and actually listen to.
You need a Walt Disney.
Yeah, you need someone who thinks I don't like. It's not all about the numbers on the paper right now. It's about thinking forward and thinking outside the box, not just following the numbers all the time, like we're seeing at Disney, where it's just like, okay, we found this works, so we just keep on doing that, and you just get no creativity from that standpoint. But we're going off track again, going on a tangent.
We need a moderator.
what I wanted to say, go back to Luca's point, right? So going back to Matt's point, which was B&M don't do deals. Luca said Phantasialand have got rides on deals just a few years ago. He said Chapas, Taron, Rake, and Fly.
Fly's a com.
Fly? Yeah, Fly.
Wait. Taron and Rake were included in 2 different deals?
Yeah.
How long apart is this?
Chapas. No, I could see.
Taron and Rake open up
considering they open in the
same island, same land.
Yeah. So Rake
Rake
and Fly. Chapas and Taron, and Rake and Fly.
Rake and Fly kind of make sense. They're both for comas, and
both for comas. So that's 2 to the had Chapas. Yeah,
so Intamin,
Chapas and Taron are both Intamins.
It took us a while to get there, but
I was so confused.
Brain fart.
Yeah. So Top 4 Tourist saying, so assuming it's a B&M, the only coaster type we don't have in the UK would be a Hyper then. But are they thinking of
want to go for a stand-up
surf coaster on the lake?
Could you imagine?
B&M must have done a deal with SeaWorld and Emperor and planned 2021 surf coaster. Noah Merlin, the coaster will be some sort of world's first. But they can say that. They can slap that on anything, can't they? They'll find a way.
Yeah.
Steel and fire. Wood and fire. Sorry.
So
wood and water next up.
Wood and one fire.
World's first coaster to open on Shrove Tuesday. I don't know.
Pancakes on the ride.
Cheeseburger.
Isaac is saying he agrees with McCall completely. We had the same point, Isaac. What are you talking about?
Good to mate.
McCall obviously articulated it better than I did, so I'm not gonna dispute that.
Kyle wins today.
Point, though.
Yeah, we're all pretty much on the same wavelength. It's just I don't like people saying that B&Ms should not be like, they are the gold standard theme parks. They just are like. It's like walking into Harrods, you get B&M. Like you walk into Home Bargains, you come out with something really shit. So it's like, I don't want to throw any manufacturers under the bus that I don't really understand. To be honest with you, there's a few, but the B&M for me, like if we get a new B&M, if we get 2 new B&Ms in the country, so if Chessington's a B&M, Thorpe Park is a B&M, dude, that's massive. That's huge.
That's big news, though.
Like if Chessington are getting a B&M, which I think is pretty certain by now. I think are we? I'm pretty certain it's a B&M. Like that makes so much sense that Thorpe would get a B&M too. Like, why wouldn't you like 2 coasters getting like manufactured? Like,
and then you've got the engineers in the same country as well. Let's think about it as a logistical standpoint as well. You've got the engineers in the same country. You can probably ship the steel at the same time. You know,
whether or not they're a part of the same deal or 2 different deals going on at the same time, like it would make sense. It would make sense.
That's good. That's
it could be a Merlin wide thing. I think.
Yeah,
Merlin have obviously had a track record with B&M going back years, so it would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sam, absolutely
Expedition.
not.
Sam, heard it
yes.
That's
not the one.
That was stupid.
Train, Black
So stupid.
Alison said parks find the most ridiculous things to promote with the phrase "world's first," and I could not agree more. And I'm getting so tired of it. Like, can we just drop the world's first shit?
Cedar Point like took that and was like, yes, this is what we're going to build our park around for the next like the tallest, the fastest. Like,
the thing is,
no need for that anymore.
Cedar Point came up in notoriety in the heart of the Coaster Wars, so it they were one of the biggest players in the Coaster Wars over in the US, so it made sense then. We're not in a Coaster War anymore. We're almost like more so in a creative, well, kind of in a Coaster Wars, with a different sort of purpose, more so looking at creative layouts, creative experiences, and all of that. So like, if we can just drop the whole world's first, fastest in this country, tallest in this tri-state area, drop all that and just be like, do you know what? An example of a marketing push that I really liked from very recently was Condas at Wallaby, Belgium, where I don't know if you saw like the trailers, they were in French and Dutch. They weren't in English, but like there were no stats, no first this, no tallest this, no fastest that. It was all based around the scenario that the ride was putting you in, and I really enjoyed that. It was really refreshing.
Same with Monster. Like Monster's
Monster too.
So good, man.
And then Velocicoaster speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? So
but they are hanging on they're hanging off the IP though, aren't they? It's a lot easier to market an IP than it is to market like an original ride, I think. Original concept of a thing. That's always going to draw
both. Really, really well done in terms of just, you know, the marketing being focused on the actual thing, the actual attraction rather than the stats of the coaster.
Yeah, definitely. What is it? So Expedition said that for real. I heard Merlin got a deal on 3 B&Ms. Now I don't know when Sam is being like,
he's got a winky face
or not. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I can't tell.
Also, Expedition thing about Sam, I want to apologize because I know we had talked about meeting up at Universal, and it just like it just never became anything. It never became anything at all. But it would have been awesome to meet you. I do apologize about that. But yeah,
just put that.
Wow. Oh,
how could you have done that?
You should have like
I am a horrible person, I know.
He was a nice guy, I did.
It's going to do a whole video about you, the failed attempt to meet up with
Expedition Mikhail.
Expedition Mikhail. Jeez.
Did you know there was a guy who was supposed to come from England? I want to see that video.
That'd be so
I do now.
That'd be so funny if you actually made that
Expedition video. Parody. That'd be great.
I think
no, it would have been great to me. Next time I'm over there, hopefully I can be a bit more consistent with the communication. My apologies about that. But yeah,
so
he was looking down his viewfinder too much. That's what it
was. But yeah, I think so. To really like, you know, put a line under this for now until we know more information, because we could talk about this all day. Not yet.
Close.
Come on. I think to put a line under it is we'll be happy with pretty much anything. Thought just make a bloody coaster, man. Like, come on,
just make it better than anything we've got, and we'll be buzzing. Fine.
Yeah,
pressure.
I think that's the line. I think. Just give us anything.
Yeah. That's not like just
It's not asking for too much, is it? No.
That conversation went in a lot of different directions. I'm kind of
impressed. It went, yeah. Like I know that we didn't have many things to talk about tonight, but we milked a lot out of that topic.
Can I bring some up?
Roller coaster,
yeah, it was. Can I just bring some up?
Yeah.
Just dead quick. Digital Dan has dropped a new competition in Planet Coaster, and we've been streaming it over on Coaster Gen. We've been showing it all off on our social media as well. You can download the map over on his YouTube channel, and you can also download it for Planet Coaster. You can then submit it to the links that are in that video that he has posted. Also in the Steam Workshop, you can get it from there. So make sure you go over, get that downloaded, and get submitting for the competition. They did one at Thorpe Park last year. It was really good. The winner was absolutely incredible. So this is to build Alton Towers' next roller coaster. It's in the Galactic car park area. It's really fun to work in. There's lots of restrictions. You can't go above 80 foot and all that kind of stuff. So it's really challenging. But yeah, get submitted and get on. Good luck. Hopefully we'll get to see your submissions if you win.
Bam.
Nice.
Yeah. Can't wait. It's going to be good. But yeah, Sam was being serious about the 3 B&Ms and Hyper, Prototype, and Wing. So that might be interesting.
Wing, eh?
Let's see.
The Wing's got to be the one. I don't know. The Wing's got to be the one at the shuttle wing, right? Okay,
so you're saying that now. We argued for like 16 minutes, like talking about if it was going to be a B&M.
I know, yeah, it's like, so funny.
It's got to be that shuttle coaster. It's like that teller's out the window. It's gone.
Yeah. So right, this is what Luke wanted to talk about.
Oh.
So Disney released this trailer for their Galactic Starcruiser hotel. They've swiftly deleted it because it got so much hate. So we're gonna
I wonder why.
It was well done though.
I've not seen this yet. I saw the first 10 seconds, I think, and then just thought this would be hilarious just to have a look through it. So we're gonna share the audio. So let's. Are we ready? Are we ready? And then Luke's got some strong opinions on this as well, so we'll hear them afterwards. Right?
We have to watch it all.
No, we don't have to watch it. Well, it's only like 3 minutes, but I just want to know what it's about. I need to know what's going on.
All right. So this is basically our live reaction for it.
Internet says no.
Disney goes, "Oh, you can't see it. We've took it down. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Bob Chapak is watching this as we speak, I think. Okay, first of all, tell us what are your thoughts while it loads up. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so my major issue is that nothing about this screams Star Wars. It's not true to the movies. It's not true to the saga. It's not true to the comics. It's not true to anything. What Star Wars is this? This isn't sequels. This isn't prequels. This isn't the animated series. This looks like a set that's just been built to look like space. It almost looks like Space 220. Like that is literally what it looks like. This is $5,000 a fucking night to stay in. Like,
depending on the size of your group, but yeah, but it's fucking expensive regardless.
But there are different tiers of accommodation. Yes, but what? Who is this for? This is not for a hardcore Star Wars fan. That's how it was marketed. Like, yes, you can dress up in cosplay and you can punch it into hyperspace. They're using all these big air quote things from Star Wars, but they just take things out and they don't. There's nothing George Lucas about this. There's nothing Dave Filoni about it. There's nothing Mandalorian about this. There's nothing that screams Star Wars about this hotel experience, other than you go with a lightsaber. That's it, right? That is it. But that could be any franchise. You know, it could be Iron Man shooting things with your hands. You know, it's not Star Wars. It doesn't look like. I wish you need to get the video up because it's really bad. It's really bad.
We're gonna look at it.
And you can tell I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I love everything about Star Wars. I watch all the animations. I watch, the only thing I don't do is read the books and the comics, but I should do. But that's getting easier to do. Now they're making them into series and all that kind of stuff. But just look at this. It just does not look like Star Wars.
And Moral, hello.
Oh my God, what is going on with this? So I think the marketing execs at Disney are watching right now, and they've done some kind of witchcraft, man. Because they're not letting us. They're not letting us.
Starcruiser is a first of its kind vacation experience where you get
Space
to spend 2 days and 2
It's
nights.
literally how they got a deal, haven't they?
Very own Star Wars story. Oh, I'm just so excited. We gotta go inside.
Wait, well, who's that actor? He's from Meet the Goldbergs, right?
It's from something.
Yeah, Meet the Goldbergs.
That does not like a Star Wars bridge. That is not a ship.
It's unreal. It's like I'm walking straight into a
Into the 70s.
Except it's not a movie, right? You get to be in the middle of it all and in the middle of the action. And then there's activities you can do on here. Yeah, there are activities on board the ship. The first one that I'm really excited about is lightsaber training. Oh my gosh. Here on the bridge, we also invite all of our guests to do bridge operations training. And occasionally, this is where we can go to hyperspace. Punch it! So we've really focused on
Where's
making
Chewbacca?
best entertainment in the galaxy on board. One of which I'm so excited about is this star who is known throughout the galaxy for all.
I'm gonna say this is giving me Farscape vibes. I was gonna say that.
Nothing against the people who made this.
Obviously,
the production's amazing, but like it just.
Space 220.
Allison said this is the world's way of saying it's not even worth it to watch the trailer.
Emerge before your eyes, feel the swell as the moon begins to rise above the tide. All around, change is coming, something new is in the air.
It looks so B movie, man. Like it looks like a really cheap. Like Disney owns
Disney.
Star Wars.
It looks like
Disney
an Adult Swim
Star
spin-off.
Wars.
That's what it looks like.
Kyle nailed it. It does. It does.
But
It
can't
looks like
Disney bring in like the people who work on the Star Wars films to just do a fucking trailer? Like
just released
they're
the
gonna
freaking
earn.
Mandalorian.
They're gonna earn so much money off this. Like, why can't they just spend? Like, they've put a cheap like fucking JJ
Green screen.
Abrams. No, cheap JJ Abrams. Bloody little fake anamorphic.
Lens flare. Yeah,
Like it's not even like, oh my God.
which is in Star Trek.
Yeah. It's on all JJ Abrams.
Come and fly to the
Why is it so awkward?
Welcome to the new world. Welcome to the new world.
It's a hotel.
What is going on?
There you are. Oh my gosh.
Star Trek.
The lights were low and this performance.
It looks like a Star Trek bridge.
You just met Gaia.
It does, doesn't it?
Let's get you back to the launch pod in your home planet. Sounds great. All right.
They've showed us like we're too. Yeah, it's
Absolutely
that's the
fuck
whole
all.
thing. They've showed us nothing. Basically.
Let's take it back to your home planet. Look, the only thing about that scene was the TIE fighters, and they're not even shooting at the Starcruiser. I don't know.
That was disgusting. That's the first time I've seen it, and that is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
like,
it's
from a production point of view, but we're talking about Disney here. Like, with Disney own every studio, they know how to make films. They know how to make like narratives. They know how to tell a story, and they've told us nothing. Oh yeah, it's just
They have just released the.
To be fair, we were talking over a fair bit of it.
They released
what was the
released
what was
Ahsoka. They've got.
what was there to see though?
No, I
Like,
agree.
what-
No, I
there's-
agree
there
though.
was- Like
I
half
agree,
of it
though.
was just some person singing. I don't know.
It was
Sorry if she's
proper.
Like,
It was properly shit.
It
had a
was
great
so
voice.
bad. but I mean, it's probably
besides, like, obviously this isn't the actor's fault or anyone who's like,
no, it's not
what they've been told
it
to
should
do.
be. It should be in your face Star Wars, right? That's what
it should be. A freaking lightsaber being thrown at the screen at the start, like by using someone like that. It should be Star Wars. Like, it's not. This is just space. Hotel.
What I don't get about Disney, right? Is like the Disney parks. It's like their marketing is always so cheesy, man. Like, it's so, and I don't understand they're trying to get across to like the I don't know, like family market or whatever.
Yeah,
but like the people who are watching these videos are not them families sitting at home like looking to go on a family trip. The people who are watching these videos are Star Wars fans. And,
exactly,
you know, more adult people who are into Disney and want to go and experience these things. Like, why can't, like, if other parks can make like amazing trailers for their rides, Disney, the biggest studio in the world by far, because they own everything, they can't just make something that is engaging and makes you excited. It's
do you know what the weirdest thing about this is? Contrast this. I don't know if you guys saw the recent poster, the recent poster.
That's fucking brilliant.
I don't know if you guys saw the recent poster that Disney released for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Like not long ago. I'll see if I can find it if you haven't seen it. But
I fucking love that comment, Brad.
That looked so good.
Yeah,
that poster looked so sick. It looked high quality. There wasn't Shutterstock labels on it.
We specifically have a brief for this podcast. Mikhail, let me remind you, we specifically have a brief for this podcast and we will not break that brief.
Okay? Very true. Thank you.
You're the one who said we don't talk about Valhalla.
Oh!
What?
Hey,
Valhalla?
I didn't say the name. Anyway, it
does look like amazing, doesn't it?
How quality does that look?
Well, that
looks like a Marvel
good,
Guardians of the Galaxy movie poster with a ride in it. That's what Star Wars should be like.
And then you contrast that with the quality of that trailer. What the hell happened?
Like, this is the thing. Like, artwork is the thing. Like, artworks, they know what to do with that. Making a video that's engaging, I don't know. It's just a different thing, isn't it? Really?
Okay, Sean. Right?
Yeah, it's a different medium, but
you know, you've got Dave Bautista,
it's under the same name
in the trailer for that. You got Chris Pratt. You got everybody else that's in there. Where was Mando? Where was Ahsoka? Where was Luke Skywalker? Like, this is Disney, right? You want a Star Wars hotel? Put Mark Hamill in there. Like, this is how we live. You could make that advert, that same trailer. It's kind of sneak peek. You could do that. Yeah.
The same people, them same presenters walking through it. But you could just have like little Easter eggs in there, like Mando walking past.
Ray or
and
R2,
you know what I mean?
Having a drink or something.
C-3PO should have done the whole thing. Like,
it's mad. Like this, I wouldn't be so annoyed if this was just like one little thing they released just alongside it. But the first major video they've released, and that was it. Like, that's a joke, man. That is an absolute joke.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I think the hotel is going to be good. I just don't think that this marketing strategy has worked for them, and whoever is on this needs to be flipping sacked. I don't say that lightly either, but there's someone in that role who's come up with this, has no idea what they're talking about. Get a Star Wars van. There's going to be, out of all the people who do marketing for Disney, there's going to be someone on there who is a Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
it's not like a niche thing to be. It's a Star Wars fan. Do you know what I mean? It's
like one of the most popular franchises in the world.
It's just have Obi-Wan in there. Like, I just don't understand where the Star Wars is.
They don't even need the original actors. They could have just had people playing them parts, and it would have been better than this. Like,
hi, I'm this guy. I'm a new Jedi counselor. I've just been appointed to the council. I'm now in training for young Jedis. This is the place where you're going to train. Have them showing battles and stuff. Like, the lightsaber was literally just a kid with like probably one of them make your own ones, just looking at a camera. Like, it just doesn't do anything. It looks trash. It looks trash.
It's just so bad. And I don't
so
think
bad.
I personally.
And it's upsetting because I would love this to succeed. Like if this
but
succeeded,
it
it'd be
just
such a
doesn't
good
look like Star
experience.
Wars, mate.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like 100%. It's so generic. It's just so generic, isn't it? Space.
Yeah.
The attraction source says it kind of looks
Star
like
Wars
a hospital
space
inside.
isn't though.
That's the kind of vibes I got from it as well. It kind of looks like a sort of kind of upscaled hospital kind of.
Oh, so attraction source said kind of looks like a hospital inside, has been criticised for looking too clean. Oh, what I said this, didn't I? When we first looked at it, I said
you said it's a marble campus as well.
Yeah, they're just doing these things where they're making things look too clinical, too clean. They need to have a little bit of edge to them. Like they need to have,
which is what makes Galaxy's Edge so good.
Yeah, bit of texture to him. You go in Galaxy's Edge, everything's like rusty and you got bits of rust. I mean, it doesn't have to all be like all, distressed, but there needs to be something where you're going on a ship where
Galaxy's Edge now.
It's a place that's being lived in. Do you know what I mean? It's if you go on
that's the
places,
thing.
It looks lived in from the inside as well.
Even the ship that Luke goes to get his hand, like when he gets his hand chopped off at the end of Empire, I think. Yeah, end of Empire. He goes there, and at the end scene, you see this massive Starcruiser, and that doesn't even look as clinical as this. There's no shields. There's nothing. There's nothing Star Wars in this trailer. Like,
there isn't.
It's like going to Harry Potter and then there's no Hogwarts. It's literally like the same thing.
I'd be mortified, mate.
Like,
you could stick Star Trek label on that.
You could put anything on that. Do you know what it looks like? Do you know the station for the Star Trek Mac coaster at Movie Park? It looks like that. That's what it looks like inside. It's just
it looks like any generic
LED.
space themed anything.
And that's the problem. 1000%. What made Star Wars stand out is that it's not generic space. It's this other galaxy far, far away. And this isn't that.
I will always say Star Wars is a space western, and it's losing that appeal.
It's losing its grip.
Mando did a good way of demonstrating that, but I think
Mandalorian has opened up another galaxy within a galaxy. That's how good the Mandalorian was, because the people who made it know what Star Wars is, and George Lucas was involved. So
So Alison has said they phoned in so much of this whole hotel experience and then charged way too much for it. Not a good combo.
I agree. Wholeheartedly agree.
I think the most tragic thing about it is it will succeed and people will pay it, because that's the thing. Like, they know that it will succeed and it will make them money, but it's like it's always going to succeed. So why not? This is a problem with Disney at the minute. Is I feel like they do amazing things. Like, I think Galaxy's Edge is amazing. It's so immersive. Even as not a diehard Star Wars fan, I just love that area. I just love the whole feeling of it. I think you should. It doesn't matter if you're into a thing or not. If you walk into the area and feel it, it's like Hogsmeade. You go into that area, you feel it. You could not be into it, but you get it instantly what you're meant to be into.
Yeah.
But then, like, these latest decisions of it just looks like cost cutting exercises from, especially this hotel. It's like, oh, it's okay.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Costco then.
Not again. Not sponsored.
It's very sad, isn't it? But this isn't the main selling point is that you can get into Galaxy's Edge right from your own entrance.
Yeah,
that's correct, right?
Yeah.
And now people will pay for it.
Can you imagine leaving that to go to Galaxy's Edge? You'd be like, okay, why is Galaxy's Edge in here?
Yeah.
The whole point of it, from my gathering, is it's if people know what secret cinema is in the UK, it's where you get to go watch a screening, but then you get to live in that movie. They do different movies all the time. It's done so well, and this has got the potential to be that, where it's like, if you want to have a Star Wars experience, I wouldn't say that the main draw is that you get to go to Galaxy's Edge, because you can do that. You could just buy a ticket to go into Hollywood Studios and do that. Yeah, but it's the fact that you spend 2 nights in this Star Wars themed hotel, and then you go in Galaxy's Edge, and you kind of like just role play it in your head. If you want to live that experience, you've never been able to do that. So this is what this is fulfilling, really.
I would
but
say
they need to get it so right. It's like Ruckberg. They need to do.
This is not a thing you can get wrong.
I would say go to a Comic-Con dressed as any Star Wars character, and you will have a better time because the interactions you'll have, the feeling you'll have, the vibe you'll have, the fans you'll be with. This is not Star Wars. Don't let it fool you. It's not Star Wars. Go and build a lightsaber. You know, get your kyber crystal. Choose your color. Choose who your master's going to be. Choose if you're going to be a Sith or a Jedi. What are you going to choose? There's not even any of that in this hotel. There's not a bad section where they have like a battle at the end and on the second day or something. Like, come on. This is.
But the thing is, I think they could still be doing all that. I think this could be good. I just think it's bad marketing. That's from my point of view. I think it's bad marketing. That's what I think it is. Jamie Millard said, I find it strange with knowing the high price tag for such a long time before seeing any of it. It seems like damage and mitigation from the very beginning. I still maintain that I don't think the pricing thing is an issue for Disney because it will still sell. Like it will sell, and there'll be so many people who will go and spend and like just a lot of people.
There are people who go to Disney. There are families who go to Disney on a regular basis and already spend this kind of money on staying
on resort in some of these hotels. They're paying triple the price of this.
Yeah, literally.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're going for like a week or 2 weeks. So
crazy prices.
It's crazy prices, but it's Disney, mate. Like it's Disney. Absolutely. So this is why me and Joe, like, we go back. We're not staying at a Disney resort. We can't afford that type of money. Like, it's ridiculous. Like the amount of Disney pricing is ridiculous. To look at their hotels, look at their lowest cost hotel, you're still talking like thousands and thousands, and you're not getting the lowest price.
But there will always be people and groups and families who will willingly and happily pay those prices for Disney because it's Disney and because of how avid of Disney fans they are,
and because it's
like,
a new thing.
People joke about Disney stans like all the time. Like some of them are the most affluent of park goers, and they will pay these prices year in and year out because they have.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know, if people want to spend the money doing that, then fine, let them. But for people who can't afford that experience, who, you know, I'm a really big Star Wars fan, I can't afford that. Like, why should I miss out on that? Like, mind you, I'm not really bothered about missing out on this, to be honest with you. But
I think this is just the thing, though, isn't it? It's like it's a broad topic to get into, really, in terms of
Disney is a big topic. We could do a whole like fucking podcast on it.
I think at the end of the day, like it costs what it costs. I think a ticket for like the 2 week, I think it's like the 2 week ticket to Disney, it's expensive, but when I actually experienced it, this is not staying on site. Like, I don't think I felt like I was like shortchanged by it. The amount to do there is flipping. Like, it's a city. It's a city. It's a city. And then
it's the biggest San Francisco, isn't it?
Yeah, the extras is just what you decide. If you want to stay on site and get the full Disney experience, that's something that you can do. But this is the thing, for a lot of people, it's a once in a lifetime experience for a reason. But I mean,
there's cheaper options on site though. You've got your preferred partner hotels like Swan and Dolphin, haven't you, which are a lot cheaper, but have the same perks.
Mate, you can get.
Is Swan and Dolphin one of those? No, Swan and Dolphin's on resort.
That's a preferred on resort. Yeah, but it's not owned by Disney, so it's like a partner. But you get the same benefits.
You can get like a nice. You can rent a nice house out with a swimming pool in the back garden for so much cheaper. Like than anything you'll get by Disney. Like they've got full on suburban,
including alligators,
streets and stuff. Yeah, that's why they put the cages over.
I've seen them cages over the pools. Dead weird, aren't they?
I'd be tempted to have a cage match in that. That would be
just get an Airbnb duck, innit?
It's a steel cage.
But yeah, there's a way to do it cheaper. But yeah, with this, I guess this comes down to how much are you willing to, I guess, try and save up to do this experience? I mean, like Mikhail said earlier, you could potentially, I wouldn't write it off if you're like, that's too expensive, because you could get discounts doing it in groups. I reckon in a couple of years after it opens, I reckon the price will come down as well. So I think maybe they're thinking this is going to be incredibly popular when it first opens. But I'd say other than that, just try and become a Disney influencer and you'll get free tickets.
Do it.
Do that.
Yeah, do it. Move to Florida. And
Easy,
that's what I've been
mate.
saying for years, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that, folks. You want free tickets to Batu?
Yeah.
Just become a vlogger.
You want to get off-world? You've got to get that on-world camera first.
You want some green milk? You go get it.
Cool. I need to just duck out for a second. So what are we talking about next?
What are we?
Mikhail's got this.
Oh, do you want to do the plan?
We have the quite frankly fucking huge article that BG Dub fans released.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was yesterday or the day before. I can't remember.
Yesterday.
Yeah, about what SeaWorld Orlando was rumored to be planning for their new B&M surf coaster, whatever that might be, for before the pandemic happened. And yeah, this absolutely massive article that BGW fans released on Twitter included this video. Now, for anyone who's not read the article, first of all, I don't blame you. It's literally like over a half hour long read. But
if you like profiles and stuff, it's all there.
I mean,
wow.
So this entire video just basically comes with a heavy asterisk. It's all speculative work. Nothing there has been confirmed. It's all what they've managed to deduce from the plans that they've managed to uncover.
LSM much.
And so what was included in the article was top-down views of the layout with not clear as day sort of estimations on on what kind of heights and like elevation at certain points would be reached. I did read it. I can't remember all the details in it, but there was a heavy emphasis on this just being like entirely speculative. So what we're seeing in this video can't be taken as gospel for what SeaWorld Orlando were planning for their coaster, because it's basically the equivalent of some guy guessing what the layout's going to be in terms of the elements and stuff.
Not this video that's coming up, by the way.
Not this video. I don't know what this is, but but yeah. So like the
What is this some kind of like
what this is?
Russian ballet or something? Russian ballet.
But yeah, I suppose what you can sort of grasp from that is that the ride was planning to be a single launch coaster with one inversion and a focus on heavily, to use the words in the BG Dub fans article, I've got it up here as just a brief summary on what we do and don't know. They included that what we know from the plans that they've managed to present, that the coaster was to be a single launch coaster with an airtime hill in the middle of the launch, which is interesting. A single inversion, a focus on heavily banked turns and transitions, which is displayed quite in that No Limits rendering. We have no idea. Like, we have no idea of the height, the speed, what the trains are going to look like. Those trains in the No Limits video were strictly a placeholder only.
Yeah, for sure.
No idea of the name, no idea of the theme, and I think most importantly, no idea of whether or not this project is still going through, whether or not it's still going to happen, and if it does end up happening, like obviously what year it could be projected for. It was likely put on hold because of COVID-19, slated to have been the world's first B&M surf coaster. Again, whatever that entails, we have no idea of. In the plans, there was a top-down view of a station, like a schematic of what the station would be. And the setup looked to indicate that this ride was going to be designed to run 6-car trains with 2 rows of passengers per car, which is akin to, you know, Intamin, Mark, Vekoma, RMC, like their setup of the seats and trains. So that raises questions about
I said that.
That raises questions about what the kind of ride vehicle and is going to be in terms of what surf coaster means. But again, it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Like I think it's weird if we're to just go off of what we've seen from that video. I'm kind of scratching my head at apparently literally what the purpose of it is, given the fact that they're about to open Icebreaker next year, which in terms of its nature and its characteristics looks like there's a lot of similarities there. But I mean, it does look like it treads in that area of like a family thrill style coaster. Yeah. Which I mean, though, like that looks like a fun experience for families to me.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Was it's more of for the family market.
Yeah.
Whereas Icebreaker is a little bit more than that. So it's probably more of a filler attraction. But yeah, I don't know.
I think it's just one of them that it's just a layout that got thrown down on paper as a suggested layout and an idea for the park. I don't think it's anything. I don't even think it was even put into production, like from a standpoint.
It might have been. It might even been like, okay, we have Icebreaker, but there's also some of that B&M proposed. You know,
literally different proposals from different manufacturers could be. That's exactly
which happens. You know, which happens all the time.
Of course, it does.
So I don't know. It doesn't particularly.
Velocicoaster's documentary on Peacock, by the way, it showed different designs. Like you said, we considered different layouts and designs, and then boom, the one that they chose is the one obviously that they've gone with now. But it showed you different, like there was different places where the coaster went and stuff. Like this is just that. I won't read too much into this, but it's good work by them to find all
good. For anyone who doesn't follow BGW fans on Twitter, definitely go and check them out, because I just putting aside whether like what they talk about in their articles, like whether or not it comes to fruition or not, just the quality of the articles they put together and the way they present them and all the information, top notch. I always like reading their stuff. They stick obviously to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, but most of the time, but you know, they operate on parkfans.net as well, where they talk about, you know, other things going on in the Seas parks in general. But yeah,
fair enough. Cool. All right. Well, that's good. That was interesting. So, shall we talk about Lightopia, Alton Towers Christmas?
Yeah.
Both me and
you
Aaron
and Aaron have both gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall I go my views first, or would you like to
go for it, mate?
Yeah. So my expectations were quite low for this event, to be honest, at first. So it's But when I got there, it was absolutely amazing. So first off, they got the market, the Christmas market. It was a lot more than I thought there would be. It was very busy in that bit because it was free, you know. And yeah, it's had your generalized stores and stuff. Yeah, your baklava and olive stands and signs and Christmassy bits and bobs. But the actual when you get into the festive day out itself, that was pretty cool because there wasn't a lot of people there, and you just got to like re-ride Gangster Granny, Spinball, Hex like as many times as you want. There was hardly any queues, especially towards the end of the day. I nearly got on Hex just on my own, you know. So if you ever want a solo run through a Hex, now's the time to go, really. But yeah, Lightopia was the main event, and that blew me away, really. Just how the quality of it. You know, you've got your lantern and lights walk, and the sound quality as well. The soundtrack tracks are awesome. Just absolutely blew me away at the quality of it all. To be fair, because I've been to a similar thing before at Yorkshire Wildlife Park, but it was nowhere near the level that they've got at Towers for Lightopia. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, it's funny because I saw the construction of it as it was getting, because I was going in and out of the park and stuff before it was open. So even when I went on the first day, like it blew me away. Like Tower Street has never looked so just stunning, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want it to look like all year round, but it looks so different with all the Christmas stalls or the huts. That sight line from Tower Street just keeps changing through the different events, and I love that. I really love the fact that when you go through the park, you're just seeing these different things. The Lightopia sign at the start of Tower Street is a really, really nice touch as well. Really like that. I think from the Christmas market point of view, which is free, obviously you have to pay for parking, but technically the Christmas market is like a German market. I was going to say that, but it's a Christmas market. It's good. It's got loads of local, like small companies that have like just selling all. So it's not like, you know, when you go to these like city ones and it's all just it's like one company just put up loads of just the same
like
type
20
of stalls,
huts, but on different streets that you walk down.
They just sell like
there was a bit of that why I saw, but there was you're right there was the local people, like the original Bakewell Tart company as well. They were there, you know. There were these local ones that were really, really nice to see, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot. Most of them there are like independent companies. That, you know, so there's if you go there as well, make sure you stop by. There's two ones I'm a big fan of, which is the scones store. So you can get the scones. They've got so many different scones, if you want to say that, scones or scones.
Don't do that.
Oh, that's gonna split. You just started a war in the comments. In the chat.
But they do
jam on it. Cream.
They do.
Nice.
They do savory ones, and they do so they do like cheese ones and like chocolate ones, and like all different types, and they're massive as well. They look like massive muffins, but really, really good. I'd recommend them. Me and Joe got some of them, and also Project D, which is donuts, and they're quite big around here. I'm not sure about it elsewhere, but they do some of the best donuts. Krispy Kreme or Krispy Kreme. It is Krispy Kreme. I don't know why I said Krispy Kreme.
You've just split the room again.
I don't know why I said Krispy Kreme then.
Sean's controversial take.
Krispy Kreme, sorry. Way better than them. Like Project D do some of the best donuts I've ever tasted. So good.
Hey,
like
some of the Tesco donuts are better than Krispy Kremes, to be honest with you.
Yeah, mate, I missed that one out. I didn't see that. I ended up getting a stale donut from Corner Coffee.
To be fair, if you go, like, they sell out quite early on the donuts. Project D do. Like there's been, because I've been there multiple days filming and stuff. Like,
oh my god.
But you spelled it the same way. Attraction. I don't know what pronunciation.
Scone.
Jam or cream first. This is what me and Joe argue about.
Oh no! What have you done?
I'm saying.
However, they arrive on my plate. I don't make them. Like
it all gets mixed up, doesn't it?
Arrive on my plate. Done.
I will die. I will die on this hill. Right. Cream first, then jam. Cream first, then jam.
Don't do it. Oh
no! Right.
I agree. I agree with Sean.
Listen to
cream, jam, cream, mate.
Yeah, as long as cream goes first, that's
I was about to
fine.
say, so in any case, then it's cream
Yeah,
first.
you're cream first. But cream
I'm
makes
saying,
sense.
more cream.
Me and Joe disagree on this massively, but to me, cream is butter, right? Butter and cream are so similar. Like that's what it is. Cream is the butter.
It's
then you
the
put
base
jam on top.
covering, and then the jam is the fruit on top.
To
Yeah,
put the jam first and then the cream on top, to me, is weird.
Imagine putting jam on toast first before you put the butter on.
Would you ever have butter, cream, and jam?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Maybe.
I would say
any Americans still listening at this point? If there was any point where if you were wondering if this is in fact a British podcast, here's your confirmation.
You're right, it is.
I'm gonna run a poll. Right? I'm gonna run a poll.
Don't run a poll.
Run a poll, man.
Don't run a poll.
Mate, why do we get so off topic all the time? Anyway,
that's what a podcast is about.
Right, so we're gonna do right.
They call them biscuits. So is it gravy or cream first? Like
biscuits and gravy. Yeah,
Litopia was just on right now. Yeah, back to Litopia. Yeah,
Litopia was just so well done. Like the different things you can see and how they've done things with like this, like mist tunnels and different lights, all sorts. Obviously, it's on to the 2nd of January, so you've still got time to go and experience it for yourself. I believe there's a annual pass discount now as well, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah.
So the discount basically is if you're an annual pass holder, you can get it for £15 now for Litopia as a standalone ticket.
That's well worth it, to be honest.
No, listen, there's a lot of confusion over this because people were kicking off because everyone was saying if you get the combi ticket, which is festive day out, and Litopia, you're already getting that discount because it's all in a package. So you're still paying like the same amount of money. But if you're going there, you don't want to do the rides. You just want to go to the market and then do Litopia. You can buy it for £15 instead of £20. So that's the deal. So it's quite good if you want to do repeat viewings of Litopia. I think that's really good. Like if you want to keep going to Litopia, then you could just keep doing it for like 15 quid.
Your poll is interesting.
Why?
71% disagree.
7 votes though. Come on.
I've said yes.
There we go. All right, come on.
Wow, yeah, now it's time to get through Hex on your own, I think, if you're interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah, I need to carry on with my review, right? Okay. So I went, I tangented myself then, didn't I? Right. So so the market is really good. They've got street entertainment on, so they have like a band going around. They have like a different they have like a violinist on the bandstand, which is by where all the food outlets are. Loads of food stalls, just like Mardi Gras and stuff. And what else was there? Yeah, Mardi Gras, Oktoberfest, them type of stalls, same type of ones there again.
Do you have the Yorkshire pudding wrap thing?
Yeah, they still got that.
Yeah, that's there. Your bratwurst shop, loads of different things. Coffee places, donut places, cake places, the bar, Wonder Bar. That's there.
Yeah. Got the marshmallows if you want to go and put them on the fire as well. And then they have, obviously, from the ride point of view, they have CBeebies Land open. And then they have the Fountain Square, where they've relocated the stage that was on the front lawns all year up into Fountain Square. So they have some things, so like opposite Woodcutters, they have the stage of entertainment on there with some benches. They have some fire pits around there as well, which is really nice, just outside of Hex. Woodcutters is just amazing, like always, because it's the best place to eat for me on
it was really quiet when I went.
That is a hill I will die on.
Yeah,
literally, it's so quiet.
It's a good little restaurant, that is. And
how good is the entertainment in that stage as well?
Yeah, it's good. It's good
so
fun.
Good.
It's just,
really good.
It's really good. They've got Williams open, so all of Williams is open, it's including Fandango. So they've still got that retro squad there.
Which everyone seems to forget about.
They have what's the other area? Mutiny Bay. They have Mutiny Bay open. as well. So all them rides are running as usual. So the way they do it is before you go, you come to the end of Tower Street, whichever way you go, they have like a bit of an archway, which is a really nicely themed archway, actually. Not many people, I've not really seen many people talking about it, but it's a really cool archway with Alton Towers Christmas on it. And that's where you basically show your festive day out ticket. So if you're going down to Mutiny Bay, but then the way to get to Mutiny Bay, they cut the section off. So one way you go into Mutiny Bay, but then the other pathway leads down to Lightopia. So Lightopia starts where the waffles is basically. So as you go around the corner to Big Bob, so that's where it starts, and it goes all the way Catania Canyon up to Jewel, down Haunted Hollow, and then it goes. Instead of like ending at the end of Haunted Hollow, am I saying that right? Is that how?
Yeah.
Haunted Hollow.
Gloomy Wood is where Jewel is. Yeah.
Gloomy Wood.
I forgot about
so
the fountain show.
And then you go around. Instead of coming out back where Big Bob is, sort of thing, you carry on around into the start of what normally was the Garden Light Walk. So so it's extra long, really, really long. And then as you come out, you then go straight over to the light show, which is on the lake in front of the towers. And that's just on a repeat show. So no matter what time you come out, you can just watch the whole thing. And it's like, it's like a 4 or 5 minute show, I think it is.
Nice.
Honestly, it
really,
was
really
so good when I was there. Yeah, there was no wind though when I was there. I heard if it's a bit windy, people have had a bad show on it, but it was so good. Like, just really good what they did with that. I loved it.
It was just like the quality of the lanterns and stuff, and there's just so many projections on the floor. Forbidden Valley has been turned into a massive laser show, which is just amazing to see. They've got loads of little
how's that set up? How's that all set up?
It's kind of like it's basically as you walk into Forbidden Valley, actually you're coming through Gloomy Wood. So you're coming out of Gloomy Wood into Forbidden Valley. They cut it off just before, like just past like the Nemesis gun. They cut it off down there.
The
drill. Okay, drill. God, so many controversial opinions I'm coming out with tonight.
Have a crispy creme by the joke.
Crispy creme. And there, we got 50-50 on the poll, by the way. Oh,
nice.
Oh, it's tense.
It remains unsolved.
But yeah, they've got loads of laser spotlights. It's like all really like the only way I can say it's like quite spotty. So they're all going, so they go all over yourself and everyone around you. It's really, really cool. Like, it's a good effect.
It's really fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and
interesting.
There's just just go watch the video I made for Alton Towers, and then you see it. It's on their socials. But yeah, like that, like you say, Aaron, that portal they've made is so cool with all the like all the water coming out of it, and you go through it, and it's really effective. And they've got loads of like little things like that where you walk through archways and quite.
I didn't want to spoil it too much, but yeah, it's just, I think for me the word quality kind of sums it up. It is really quality, like for what I was expecting it to be. Definitely worth a visit.
I'm really looking forward to that.
They left the red lights and Nemesis as well.
There's loads of little, things to do with Alton Towers in there as well, which is really nice because they do this same show but different types of. They do it at like in Manchester and London, and but they're all different. They're all different
in the Winter Gardens. That's Blackpool one year they did it as well.
I think so. Yeah. So just like the fact that they've even got like an Alton Towers Oktoberfest big lantern as well, which is really cool. Like things like that. It's nice to see.
Do you reckon they were going to do this last year? Because they seem to have got like a load of things like quickly, to do with towers themselves, like customized lanterns and stuff. Like, do you think this was something they were going to do last year, and then obviously it got put in the scrap pile or put away for another time, and like they've obviously pulled the trigger on the Christmas events this year because they didn't do them last year. So
maybe.
I hope with them having the customized stuff that it's going to be a thing that happens every year from now on, and maybe they will open more rides if we get good weather towards December. Like it's getting hotter every year. Maybe we'll see.
Also, though,
I don't know how they do that.
There was one last thing as well. The Twinkling Lights walk's open. It's got a bit of a festive spin on it, which is nice to see as well. So you've got that to experience, and you enter that underneath the like the bridge tunnel thing where you came out of it. You exited before at Scarefest. So that's actually it's really nice there as well. Still, but it's a bit Christmassy instead.
Yeah, I'd say this is a really good event if you love Alton Towers. Like I love Alton Towers, and if it's something that you're really into, seeing towers in that different way, and the fact that you can still walk around the park. Yeah, might not be able to go on a lot of the rides, but you can still walk around the park in
enjoy
November, December.
Yeah.
Like,
apparently Sam
so
Costello
cool
from YouTube loves Alton Towers too.
So Sam Costello from YouTube.
There you go. But I just think it's a great event, and the fact is, I don't think I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing that as much, but I think this is a big deal. Like Alton Towers always have this sectioned off, the park sectioned off only for hotel guests. That's
for
all
sure.
you can do. And
massive.
I think they did it once in 2015 where they opened up to the public, but people didn't realize, and also they didn't make an event the scale of this event this year. The fact that they've teamed up with this other company, I think it's a massive deal, and I think it's a positive. I think in the future we could start seeing more, like you say, more rides opening. But I mean, even Sea Life Centre there is open as well in the daytime.
Evidently, they are very curious to see what they are able to do in this off-season time of the year.
Sure, I think it's a cracking event. Honestly, it's just phenomenal. Oh no, said that word again, Luke.
I think everything. What I like is everything.
There,
I've
Sam,
said,
you happy? You said it.
Yeah, you said it. Got bingo card.
Chain Dogs bingo card.
You could have a Chain Dogs bingo
Valhalla.
card.
We could 100% have a Chain Dogs bingo.
Valhalla.
I'm gonna make that. Yeah.
Taran, Velocicoaster.
Yeah,
Chessington.
we're gonna work that one out.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I think it's just the fact that you can go do Hex at the minute is so cool. Like I love the fact that we can just go and do Hex. Like that's an amazing thing.
I think I remember seeing someone say on Twitter that they got a Zen ride on Hex. Like they were the only person in.
That was Billy. Was it Billy? I think it was Billy.
Yeah, it was Billy. I can't
remember who.
He went on right after me. I was on my own. I thought I'm getting a run through, and I was speaking to the guys. Like, I'm getting solo run through, and then like 2 people walked in, and he was like, gutted, mate. You can literally just keep going round. It was awesome. It was so eerie in there. It was totally different experience. Yeah, totally different experience. Yeah, really good. Actually,
that must be unnerving being in there by yourself.
That is a big building to be on your own. Like,
it's like it's a dream for me. Go through there on my own. Absolute dream.
Actual hauntings as you're in there.
yeah. Never see it become part of the scenery or something.
Yeah,
Aaron says to one of the ride hosts when he gets off, "I love that new effect you've added in there. You know that that guy in a bloody mask comes out."
Can you imagine that? That'd be awesome.
And the machete
throwing stones at people.
I like the wailing woman at the end. That was awesome.
When did Molly Lee get put in this?
It was nice. It was nice to see the Earl of it.
When the guy stabbed that ride operator, that was so lifelike.
That's so realistic, man.
When the phone went off and they asked me for like scary movies, I got a bit concerned.
That guy said, "Have you got any leeches for this?"
Yeah, I think it was cool for me as well because I went. I actually went and checked out some of the hotels because I was filming it. I've never stayed in any of the Alton Towers hotels. Never done it. I live so close to it.
Like
so
10, 20
yeah, why would he?
So I've just never.
I lived
in
Ashbourne. I have.
Yeah, we've never done it because it is a small fortune. Like if you want to stay in some of the hotels, and I could just never justify it. I'd rather go, stay somewhere in Blackpool because I have to stay down there anyway. So I'd rather spend money there really. But I definitely after checking out the hotels, I want to go stay there because they are actually really, really good, like really, really high quality hotels. It's nice to see that. The fact that Splash Landings is obviously fully open as well with the water park is could make a proper, like a family could make a proper weekend out of it, or even a week if you wanted to. Like you could do a week. I know that the hotels are fully booked out, so it's selling well.
Usually, because the water park usually is open this time of year.
Yeah, it always is.
Quite busy. But for them to offer, like you say, the sections of the park they've offered out, are we going to get a February half term? Do you reckon?
Oh, speaking about that, they've been releasing like pirate things on Instagram, to do with that. So they've been like hinting pirate like posters. And so I think they're going to do another Pirates and Princess Week or something, or Pirates something they did for
That'll be for the hotel though, won't it? That'll be for the hotel.
I'm not sure to be fair, but they have a look at Instagram.
Yeah.
Alton Towers Instagram. They've been teasing it anyway.
I went to Legoland Christmas. And that is a really good event. That basically the only thing that's different is obviously if you've got kids, you can take them into the grotto and stuff. But all the shows have a Christmas overlay, especially the Harbour show. It's got a Christmas overlay. But the thing that stood out to me about Legoland is that every single ride is open except for any water rides. So anything to do with water, that's not open, but everything is open. So all of Mythico is still open, Dragon is still open, and I was just like, that's so cool to see, like a park that I don't know if I've never really been to Legoland that much except for the past year or whatever. But that really impressed me that we've got a park that is fully open, like all their major rides are open. You can go do Ninjago, you can do the Dragon, all the little rides as well. So I thought that was really, really good. The amount of effort they go to for Christmas at Legoland is amazing. The fact that they have just thousands and thousands of Christmas trees everywhere. It's insane, the amount of Christmas trees. It takes them like a month to put up all the Christmas trees, like real Christmas trees, not like plastic ones.
Jesus.
Real Christmas trees they put everywhere, and decorate that entire park. Really, really cool. Definitely recommend it if you're into Legoland. I would say you can't go wrong with that one. It's really, really good.
I've still never been to Legoland, but I will be doing next year, 100%.
You've never?
I think you'll like it, man. You'll like it. Yeah.
Did not.
I love Lego.
Nice...
Like it's.
I've never been either.
It's such a nice park, man. You've got to go. Like if you like dark rides, Legoland is a place to go. Like they have some of the best dark rides in the UK. Like.
We'll make it a trip, Aaron.
I wouldn't mind going back.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it in September.
We're all going.
Yeah.
It's got to beat the haunting though for me.
It's the thing about Legoland is it's just so nostalgic because it's like even going like you go into like Monsters House Party and the fact that like everything is made out of Lego. The flag, like the old Lego flames and stuff in there. Like I'm just like, so nostalgic.
I remember when I went to Legoland Discovery Centre in Manchester when that first opened, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!" Just because like so much stuff is made out of Lego. I was like, "This is mad." It feels like I've just walked into like my bedroom in the 90s. Like,
it's because it's like it's like going back into your childhood.
Yeah,
honestly,
it really is. I'm so excited to see like the model cities and stuff as well, all the different things that they've got. And
I could spend all day in them. Just going around and seeing like all the recreations, like London and all the different countries. I could just there's always things to see.
I just want to go back on a day where it's not pissing down rain because I wasn't able to do any photography like in there, and I would love to just go around just taking photos of Mini Land and Mythica to be fair, but Mini Land for sure, like especially because
it's been
so cool. It's so cool.
We need to go like during the week in like exam week or something. So there's no kids out at school.
Just on a day when it's
Yeah,
clear,
it's
like
clear.
when it's not raining.
Yeah. It's been so cool for like me and Joe because I don't know. Did anyone watch Inside Legoland? When it was aired, it was like on TV. Did
I
anyone watch
haven't,
that?
but I'm gonna
It's-
make a point of watching that.
If
I've
you're
been
into theme
trying to
parks,
watch
watch it because it's a documentary, a major documentary on a theme park in the UK. Like it's on,
Yeah,
it's on
I
the
know
net-
it
it's-
kind
yeah.
of. It was at a time where we was like doing so much stuff with streaming and that. It was like it was
Yeah.
hard to. And then we
Yeah.
watched that Towers one, and that was. And then
Yeah.
I remember Lift Hills and Frills doing a few videos on it as well. And I was like, I need to check this out. And then every time I like go to my TV and like Disney Plus on, they've released a new documentary, so I don't get around to it. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure you watch it because I think it's a really good documentary. But it's been cool because
check that out.
me and Joe watched that last year when it first come out, and then
Mm.
this year because we've been working with the park like every month. I felt like I've been living in that documentary because we're like we're
all the
been
same
working
staff
with-
as well.
yeah, the same
Yeah,
staff. The
so you're
same,
like working with the cast of the documentary.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, like
That's weird. That must be surreal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Pauline, who's like the head, like the chief model maker of Lego. She's like the chief model maker. She's worked there for like absolute years.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've been filming her, like making the Lego Christmas tree and everything, and seeing it come to life. And then, like, it's so good. And all the staff at Legoland, like, you know, them people who like build the Lego stuff, they're so passionate about it, and it's just awesome. And I was just like, it was a really surreal moment when I was just standing there watching this Lego tree go up, and yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, I love Legoland. So cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so that was the Christmas wrap up so far.
Not a Christmas party.
Luke, not a Christmas party.
It's not a Christmas
Luke,
party.
Luke is going this weekend to Alton Towers
Mytopia.
to check
Yep.
it out. So he'll give us his views next week.
Yep.
And Aaron is going to Winter Wonderland as well this weekend. Is it this weekend
On
you're going?
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So we're going to hear more about that next week. Have we got anything else to say, or shall we just wrap it up?
I'm good. I think I'll say it for Aaron because he's forgot. He has his first ever vlog uploading to YouTube. He's been doing it for 3 days because his internet is shite. But
That's why I've not-
he's dropping his first ever vlog on his YouTube channel. Just Aaron. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to watching it. I can't wait.
It might have actually uploaded by now. I don't know. I haven't mentioned it.
But then it's got to
Like we said,
process YouTube.
3 days. 3 days. 20-minute vlog. My very first one at Alton Towers Christmas event. So more in
Awesome.
depth into what I thought, and just me being weird, talking about stale donuts, coffee, and where to smoke at Towers.
And the
Informative, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean,
and the fact that
a lot of people don't know where they can and can't.
the fact that they had some pineapples as well, there, didn't they?
Oh,
That was terrible. Yeah, absolutely terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
the new bingo card one. Pineapple when Aaron's on.
Pineapple.
Oh, dear.
We have the results from the poll.
Wait.
yeah.
Where's it
Cool,
gone?
we've got a
It's not
winner.
come up.
Oh, we do have a winner.
We have a winner.
Oh,
So,
we only have 13
cream
votes, but we
first,
do have a winner.
53. It's pretty much. I'd say it's still
50
50-50. It's pretty
53% of the voting.
It's not though, is it?
Are correct.
53.
Are correct.
Yeah.
I'd
If you
say.
said yes,
That's
you are
that's
correct.
pretty conclusive.
Thank you for showing up and showing out. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
All them stone lovers out there.
So I'm gonna say also a last minute thing, Clamshell Awards.
Yes.
Ends this Sunday, the nominations, and this
Of course it
Sunday. I'm not gonna say vote for Parkspill because I haven't even released that many vlogs, so probably don't deserve it. But I will say, go vote for Chain Dogs because
Yeah.
we're a pretty
Do
good
it.
podcast.
Yeah.
I think
we're not
I
bad.
think we deserve a nomination. I think we do.
We deserve to talk our shit a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So if you do like what we do, we try and keep it as regular as possible. I think we've missed like 2 since we've done the whole
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty good at making it, almost every week. But yeah, please, we'd
There is
really
a
appreciate
live
it.
stream of some kind every week.
So yeah, go and do that, and also just vote for your favorite creators, because there's someone who got nominated and won last year. Me and Joe, we won an award. I think it was best new. I think it was best newcomer channel, best new channel. It meant a lot. It actually did mean a lot. I wasn't that bothered about it to begin with. I was like, oh, whatever, it's an award, whatever. But it actually meant so much, because when you're working your arse off and then you get a bit of recognition, it's really, really nice. So
For sure.
I would want someone, like, I think I said it on Twitter as well, like I want other people to experience that, not just the same people all the time. So
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be bothered if we didn't even get nominated from a personal point of view, but I would be bothered if Chain Dogs didn't get nominated, because we deserve it. So
just for the name alone.
Be clear, we're going to riot.
Yeah, we're going to cause some.
Yeah,
I'm going to
we're
throw
going to do one of
something.
them. What is it? The launch awards. We'll do a Chain Dogs awards. We just give ourselves the award for everything. We'll do that. How about that?
Yeah, let's
pass
do
it
that.
around.
Let's do that.
The award for best podcast goes us.
Best pineapple eater, Luke.
Speaking of the launch, where are they?
I want to thank Mum,
where
Dad.
are they at?
I don't think.
Couldn't have done it without.
Too busy holding cameras in square mazes. That's where they're at.
Yeah, I mean, it's
This
not
is-
a bad,
this is
not a
true.
bad swap, really. Not a bad
It's not.
swap. Anyway, guys,
And on
thanks
that
so much for joining us.
Thank you for
It's been
joining
a
us.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Imagine probably a new podcast every episode every week. Couldn't be me. Yeah. By the way, we go hand in hand. CoasterBot publishes his like 7-minute version or whatever it is.
Which we
and then
don't
we-
watch to get topics at all.
We just elaborate on it more. We just draw it out over 2 hours.
Yep.
So that's it's a good little partnership we've got going there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fun at all.
That being said,
Not sponsored.
CoasterBot Rambles returns when, please?
Yeah.
Please?
We need to do the we need
We need that back. We need it back.
Yeah.
Man. That's it. Anyway,
That was a
guys,
great
let's
little
end
podcast.
it there. Please, if you're listening to this on the podcast, please come and join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We have a blast. Get your voices heard. We rely on your comments and things like that in the chat. It makes the show more interesting. So yeah, please come and join us. So from all of us, it is goodbye and see you next week. Bye-bye.